Hello, friend. It's my pleasure to welcome you to my channel, Laser Graphics and Multimedia. My name is Rafi Yakub right here, and today's video, we are going to learn how to create modern Facebook cover design in Photoshop step-by-step tutorial. But before I dive into the tutorial, if you are very new to this channel, remember to click on the subscribe and turn on the notification bell so each time I post content about Photoshop, you'll get notified. With that being said, so let's dive into the tutorial and see how you can create a modern Facebook timeline in Photoshop. So let's begin. First thing to do is to go to your home tab right here, click on File. From File, make sure you click on New or you press Ctrl N. All right, so at this point here, you need to come to the top right here and type in Facebook cover. Okay, now for the width here, make sure you type in 851. For the height should be 315. The resolution should be 300, and then make sure the color mode here you choose RGB, and right here make sure you select pixel. So finally you have to come down below here and click on create. All right, so next thing we need to do right here is to play with some shapes and see how we can arrive into the right design. So first thing first, you have to go to your toolbar, click and hold down. At this point here, make sure you choose your rectangle. Then you can come to the property right here and make sure shape is checked. And then you can make sure you change the color. Okay, now you can draw your rectangle based on the size of your choice. Okay. All right, so next thing we want to do here is to click here and we close that side. Then we have to fall back to the background layer right here, and then we go back to our rectangle again. So this time around, we have to come to the top right here. We can change the color to something like this. Then this allows us to differentiate, and we draw another tiny rectangle beside this one right here. So we need to make sure that we adjust this rectangle and snap to the edge of this one right here. Okay, so we can click here to exit from that. Next thing we want to do here is to come to the layer right here, and we have to press Ctrl key down and make the first shape active. Then we have to come down below here and click on group layer. So this one right here, we can call it shape 1 and press enter. All right, so next thing we want to do here is to make a duplicate of this shape. You have to right click on the layer, then you have to look for duplicate group. This duplicate one here, we can call it shape 2, and we hit OK. So next thing we will need to do right here is to go to edit. From edit, we need to look for free transform, or you press Ctrl T on your keyboard, and this is pump up. Then we have to adjust this shape right here to the right side and make sure it snap to this one right here, to the first shape at the edge. Then we have to come to the top right here, and this point here we have to click on confirm transform, or you press enter key on your keyboard. All right, so we need to continue with our duplicate. So right here we have to right click on it again, and this time around we need to look for duplicate group again. So this duplicate one right here, we can make this shape 3, and we hit on OK. So next thing we need to do is to go to edit, and this time around we need to look for free transform, or you press Ctrl T, and we have to adjust this one also and make sure it snap to the edge of the second shape like this, and you have to press enter key on your keyboard. So finally we have all our shape arrangements in a proper way. Okay, so next thing we want to do right here is to come to the layer right here. We have to press shift key and select the first shape, and this time around we have to make sure that we go to edit from the home tab here, and we look for free transform. So this allows us to have a transformation. Then we have to come to the shape, right click on it, and this time around we need to look for skew. Okay, just click on skew. So when you click on skew, then you can come to the top of the shape right here and adjust the shape. You can skew it based on the size of your choice. So right here I'm trying to make it minus 11. I'm trying to make it minus 12.4. Okay, and you have to come to the top right here. Once you're satisfied, you click on accept transform. So you're going to have something like this. All right, so you have to fall back to the background layer right here. So this time around, we need to go back to our toolbar and we click and hold down. So this time around, we need to choose circle. Okay, so having choose circle, we have to come to the circle property at the top right here. We make sure shape is checked, and then we have to make sure that we change the color also. Okay, and then we have to come to the workspace and press shift key on our keyboard and draw a circle like this. Okay, then we have to go to our move tool. Then this allows us to adjust the circle in the right manner, that area that we want it to be. All right, so next thing we need to do is to look for this particular third layer. Okay, third layer. So we have to draw another shape. Okay, so we have to come back here, select our circle again, and we have to come down below right here. We make a new layer. So once you make a new layer, you have to press shift key on your keyboard and draw another circle right here. So once you draw the circle, you have to click on here to exit from there. Then next thing you need to do is to go to your move tool. So we have to look for this green shape. So we have to select the green shape and take it to the top of the ellipse. Okay, so we're going to have something like this. Then we have to fall back to the ellipse or circle shape, and we make sure we adjust it a little bit, and then this is going to be something that is not appear on the shape. So we're going to have something like this. Okay, next thing we need to do is to go back to our background layer right here. We go back to our background layer. So when we get back to our background layer, we have to select our circle again, and we can come to the circle color right here. We can change the color to gray, and right now we have to press shift key on our keyboard and draw a very big circle right here. All right, so we have to look for this layer right here and this layer. So we have layer 2 and layer 1 right here, and have to click on here, and okay, so we have this layer to be the second one. Okay, so we have to make sure we press Ctrl key and select this layer, and then this time around we have to press Ctrl J to group them together. So once we group them together, the next thing we need to do is to by the time I hide the two layer, you're going to see that we have the two layer group all together. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to click on the select this particular layer, and we double click on the layer thumbnail. We change this to white. Then we have to select this particular layer also. We double click on the layer thumbnail. We turn this to white also. Then we have to select this. We double click on the layer thumbnail. Then we change this to white also. So you're having something like this. Then we have to select this particular layer. We double click on the layer thumbnail. And we select this color here. And we hit on OK. All right. So next thing we need to do is to locate these two layers right here. And we have to fall back to these two layers. Then next thing you need to do is to go to the home tab right here. go to File, then go to Place Embedded. And I'm using this picture right here. I'm clicking on Place. And I have to adjust the image. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is to press Enter key on our keyboard. Then we have to come to the layer opacity right here. We have to turn this opacity to, okay, we have to turn it to something like this. And so we're able to see the image. I can adjust it. Okay, so I can press Ctrl T to open the transform tools and Ctrl minus to zoom in. Then I can press hotkey on my keyboard and increase the image size, make it more bold. All right, so I can come to the top right here and click on here to accept. The next thing I need to do is to come back here and turn my opacity back to 100%. Next thing I'm going to do is to right click on here and make sure I choose create clipping mask. Boom. So I'm going to have something like this. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is to come to blend mode right here. At this point here, I need to choose luminosity. So at this point here is to go back to our background layer at the bottom right here, and we start to type in text into the banner. Okay.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stacks, taking big swings, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel?
How it's supposed to feel.